Good day to all of you. I'm Dr. Margaret Lehner, and I'm Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Executive Assistant to the President at Moraine Valley Community College in Palos Hills, Illinois. It is my pleasure today to be with you to share with you my favorite novel. My favorite novel is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, published in 1925. I have a copy of the book right here, and this is the very book that I used as a freshman when I was in college. Considered the second best novel of the 20th century, it was only beaten out by James Joyce's Ulysses, most noted at the time for its experimental prose and the modernization of Homer's Odyssey. A tragic love story with colorful characters, it is little wonder that The Great Gatsby has captured the imagination of readers, critics, and Hollywood. There have been 6 screen adaptations of the novel, the first being a silent film in 1926 and the latest in 2013. All films have had leading actors and actresses in the roles, indicating the popularity of the storyline. So, what is so captivating about the characters and the storyline? Simply put, it is an American rags to riches story of a poor boy who believes wholeheartedly in the American dream, and from an early age plans his life around the aphorisms in Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard's Almanac. You know, early to bed, early to rise, makes man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It is a twisted male Cinderella story, with the main character with the Tony name of J. Gatsby, the alias of his real name, Jimmy Gads, seeking out his fortune and the love of the Golden Princess. The problem is that Jimmy Gads's life, with all of its good intentions, becomes twisted when he is cheated out of an inheritance left to him by his benefactor. Add to this that he falls for an extremely wealthy social debutante just before he is deployed to World War I. When he returns from the war, a decorated major in the United States Army, he finds that she has married into her own class. Rich girls do not marry poor boys. In his mind, Gatsby fantasizes that he can win the love of his life back if he only had money. And this is where the story takes its dark twist. No spoilers here. What I loved about the novel is that the symbolism and the lessons to be learned are as current today as they were in the second 2 decades of the 20th century. We have an Oculus billboard that looks down on the Valley of Ashes, a stopping point to refuel on the way from Long Island to Manhattan, where the have-nots live and are taken advantage by the wealthy whose god is money, as Fitzgerald calls it, meretricious beauty. These struggling human beings, each believing in the American dream and getting ahead, are trapped by lack of mobility and eke along being kept downtrodden by their betters. It is a story of Midwesterners who go east to grow or to seek their fortune, who are ill prepared for the lack of external restraints on their own actions. Small-town nosy neighbors who keep people's behavior in check are not there in the big city. What happens is not unlike some freshmen going away to college, where the watchful eyes of their parents are not there to govern their behavior. Some of them go crazy. What this comes down to is that just like Joseph Conrad in Heart of Darkness says about Kurtz, who turns to savage behavior when he is separated from civilization, the characters are hollow at the core. Hollow at the core. With no constraints on their behavior and lacking their own internal checks, they abandon ethical and moral behavior and indulge their baser instincts. The ending is shocking. but inevitable. This story is as contemporary today as it was 100 years ago. Great novels have the ability to span time with their core messages and warnings about human behavior that abandons its moral core or lacks a moral core altogether. I enjoyed sharing my ideas about The Great Gatsby with you today. I hope you will take an opportunity to read this classic novel of Americana. Thank you so much. It was great being with you. Bye-bye.